Hi, beautiful souls. This is the new moon update. I wanted to record this a couple of days before the new moon, which is on August 27th this month. And you know, if you've been following my work, I love the new moon, maybe a little bit more than the full moon time, because this is always the chance that you get to wake down. In the world that we live in, we talk a lot about enlightenment and waking up and elevating our consciousness. But I'm a huge fan of waking down, that we dive into who we are to explore the beauty, the expansiveness, the wisdom that is within all of us. And the new moon gives us the chance to do that. And this particular new moon, I feel like the theme is pretty clear, and this is why I wanted to get this recording done as soon as possible. So you can begin to maybe set your time and next couple of days, prepare to welcome this new moon. The theme is you're walking the path of this lunar wisdom so that you can receive and find your inner guidance. So you're walking the path of this lunar wisdom by waking down so that you can find your inner guidance from within. And every full moon and every new moon, there will always be different areas of your bodies that are going to be impacted. But particularly when it comes to the new moon and heading to the new moon, it's important that you slow down. You don't plan too many things and allow your inner wisdom in your soul to have the chance to whisper to you without so much distractions and noise around you, because this darkness really holds what's called, I think, lunar grace. We're showered with grace when we're in that darkness with the new moon. So please do take some time for next couple of days to prepare for this one. And let's see, for this August one, I do think that it's a time for all of us to take the time to see if you could forgive some of your past mistakes, maybe some grudges that you're still holding. If you can take time to wipe your slate clean, and also allow, by cleaning that out, you're allowing some spaciousness to enter. It's time to release some of your past histories that are maybe just karmically just looping in you, and it's just creating more clutters inside you. Allow that to be cleaned and cleared. And as many of you know, the new moon is the time that I do spend some extra time cleaning the entryways and the flow of things, so that things are not cluttered in my house either, around the windows and doors and things like that. And this new moon on the 27th, you might be sitting and noticing, and you might be reflecting back and saying, wow, I have been so tired. My energy just been so dialed down, especially since the full moon. And you might have started this month thinking, okay, I have a lot more energy, I can do this. And you came up with different goals and different ways of doing things. And then you found yourself after the full moon, things started to dial down. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience for the last 2 weeks as well. And to be honest with you, I had been pretty surprised at the level of exhaustion that I have been feeling in the cellular level, in my bones, in my fascia, in my own inner being. It's just been very, very exhausted and tired. And, maybe some of you, and that this includes myself, but the desires to get work done, desires for things that you set out to accomplish this month have fizzled in a way. Motivation, your drive, your enthusiasm have all somewhat faded with the growing of the darkness since the full moon. But I don't want you to feel badly about that. If you are noticing that, like I am, it's taking me a little bit to say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that I needed an extra time to rest. And I actually felt a little nervous how unmotivated I was becoming and unfocused. And my brain just felt like fried almost from too much stimuli and too many distractions and too many things that I set out to do, or things that were coming at me through the screens, or notifications and emails and things like that. So just know that if you are dialing down and you have noticed in the last couple of weeks of motivations and drive and enthusiasms and, different things have dialed down and your exhaustion has come up, just know that that is actually okay. I think that is something that you want to look at it and say, wow, this is where the true state of my body is. This is the true state of my mind is. This is how I need to attend to my own body, mind, spirit. And the good thing is, this is the time right before the new moon, particularly, is a time of drainage. Time of what that means is that things are exhaling out of you, things are being removed from you. And I noticed this in myself too, but I was sighing a lot. So not just like exhaling and noticing my longer exhales, but I was sighing, like just going, ah, in between tasks or driving or at the red light. I would just find myself sighing. And I thought, well, that's okay, because this is a beautiful time as we welcome the growing of the darkness. We do let go and release. And so I would recommend, for many of you that have taken my courses on working with your lymphatic system, that's the lymphatic system in your brain, or lymphatic massage, this is a great time to do it. And the neck area, just even rubbing it, and you could do it a little bit strongly, is fine, but from top to bottom, stroking the front of that and the side of the neck area, back of the neck area, especially right underneath the ears. That could be a nice area to massage as you drain your brain, but also the lymphatic system in your system. And if you're noticing yourself, all these things that's happening to you, that you feel like energy is dialing down, you feel more exhausted, you're finding yourself sighing a little bit more, then this is a great time to slow down, right? The universe is saying, the moon, her energy is asking you to slow down. And it's also a great time, particularly this new moon, to dive into yourself and investigate where you are losing energy. Because everybody has the energy drainage points. But sometimes we just go in our lives and we don't take this time to say, I'm going to slow down enough to look at the energy bucket and see where the holes are. So find out where your energy leaks are coming from. Maybe you need to reassess how much you're giving and how much you're receiving. Are they balancing each other out, right? It's neither this is better than the other, but are they balancing? And behaviors that are not balancing and respecting of your energy are going to drain you. So this is a great time to kind of journal around that and use the time for the next couple of days as you welcome the new moon to reassess and maybe course correct again of what behaviors I can change about that. And last thing that I wanted to mention here is that this particular new moon, don't overcomplicate things. We have a lot of things, redundancies, but also unnecessarily we complicate things. So take the time to reduce excess complexity in your life. Maybe you're just making things a little more complicated than it needs to be. Maybe you were planning a little family trip, or maybe you were trying to get together with friends, but you made it too complicated. Maybe what you need to do is just, hey, let's say you wanted to get together with some friends. maybe you just get together with them with a cup of tea or coffee instead of making an elaborate dinner. Maybe that's all you needed to do. So pull back on that complexity that our brains love, because complexity is very tempting for your brain and your mind, because your brain and your mind, they love to solve a puzzle. They love creating puzzles in our lives. So they layer on more and more ways to look at things in a way that is too complex and too detailed and too difficult to solve, especially when you're exhausted. So reduce the excess complexity. When you do that, you can actually communicate with your intuition much, much better, because all of you know the intuition will always speak to you in a very simple and clear way. Intuition is very subtle. So when you stir up and create more waves and more complexities, you lose the touch with your own intuitive voice. So come back to that. And the modern world has created so much, not only complexities, but this perpetual light, right? The blue lights, the electricity that you just flip the switch up and then it's always, everything's lit up. That creates actually more noise inside us. That creates more vibrations that are just moving too fast for us to slow down enough to hear our intuition. So modern life, we can't escape it, okay? But what that means is that we're missing out on this chance to commune with the darker sky, the darkening, the growing darkness that the new moon is asking us to tap into. So for the next couple of days, see if you could dim your lights, turn off some of the lights, pull out some of your beautiful beeswax candles and light them, and maybe do a bath with some candle lights, or something to honor the darkness. We really do need to honor this wisdom, that the lunar wisdom that is speaking to us from the darkness of who we are, because we're not just chasing light, okay? All of us, we really need to embrace the beauty of darkness too. So that's what I have for you for my new moon update today. And may you enjoy the lunar wisdom through you waking down and tapping into your inner guidance through the growing darkness. Namaste. And last thing I wanted to say is please subscribe and please click on the thumbs up, the like button if you resonate with my message. And I look forward to being with you again on my next video.